What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to do a warm-up / mobility routine. So this can be used to warm up before you work out, can be used on a rest day just to kind of get the body moving. If you're going to do this before you work out, I definitely recommend doing 1 to 2 minutes of blood flow, which simply means running in place. It could be butt kicks, it could be crisscross jumps. Maybe you have a jump rope, or maybe you want to go for a light jog. Whatever you can do to kind of elevate your body temperature and quote unquote warm up, and then you can perform this routine. So to keep it simple, we're gonna do 3 repetitions in each direction for each movement. If you need to do more repetitions, feel free to do more and take it at your own pace. So we're gonna start at our head and work down our entire body, and then we're gonna get a little bit more dynamic so we can really get warmed up. All right, so we're gonna start with neck circles. You can drop your chin to your chest, and we're just gonna start for 3 rotations in one direction. You can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then once you make it to 3, we'll go in the opposite direction. And take everything slow. Try to reach your full range of motion through everything so we can really kind of see how your body feels. I'm going to come to the side. Now we're just going to drop our chin forward and backwards. So for 3 repetitions, you go forward and back. Go forward, and back, and forward, and back. All right, we're just going to keep working down the body. We'll go to our shoulders. We're going to keep our elbows locked out here. And we can go 3 simple shoulder circles forward. Come to the side so we can see. We'll go 3 backwards. Throughout this entire routine, you really want to make a point to keep your back neutral. So even when we're doing arm circles, you don't want to arch right here. So try to communicate, send that signal to keep that back flat. All right, so we're gonna keep on moving, and we're gonna go to elbow circles. So you can bring your hands up to a touchdown position. We can go internally for 3 rotations, and come back externally for 3 more rotations. All right, we're still gonna keep it simple. We can go to our wrist, go clockwise for 3 repetitions, counterclockwise for 3. Same with our opposite hand. You can put the hand out in front of you, extend the fingers, just making sure we're going forward and backwards and side to side. All right, you can shake that out, and we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna come back to the shoulder. This time we're gonna keep the arm straight the entire time and bring it all the way up and all the way around. And that's for 1. Back around for number 2, and this is where I was saying you really want to make sure you have that neutral back, so not trying to arch here, keep it flat. Going for number 3, and then once you reach the top, you can just reverse the direction for 3 more straight arm circles. Really try to keep this elbow locked out. You don't want to bend and compensate. So 3 on one side, we'll come to the opposite side. 3 more here, and try to keep your body square, so you don't want to try to turn out. Really try to isolate that shoulder. So we'll go 3 back and then reverse it. 3 forward. So we're going to keep working down our body, and we're going to get our hips. So your feet can go a little bit past shoulder width, and we're going to do 3 hip circles in each direction. Just keeping that same breathing pattern, in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you really enjoy a movement, you want more repetitions, feel free to pause the video and do some more. All right, so now we got our hip circles. We're gonna keep moving down our body. We can bring our feet together and then drive up 1 knee, get the hip firing. You can extend that leg out, point the toe, do a couple ankle circles, pull it back in for the 2nd rep, repeat for number 2, and then come up again for number 3. If you need to put your arms out to the side to counterbalance, that is totally fine. All right, now come to our opposite side, drive that knee up, extend out, point that toe, go clockwise a couple rotations, counter, and we'll pull it back up, back out, One more. Up and back out. And we're starting to incorporate some balance too. So this is going to make you think. This is a little bit more specific than our typical arm flailing warm up that we all know we've done before. You know, pull the quad back, pull the shoulder back, and then we're ready to go. All right, so let's keep moving. Now we're going to kind of tie our lower body and upper body together. So we're going to do arm circles with a fold. So I'll come to the side, go feet together. You can depress your shoulder blades, so push them down. Extend your arms back. Open up, trying to keep a neutral back. Elevate your shoulders, reach into the roof, and then follow that same pathway down. Really try to keep your back flat here while you reach. You don't want to hunch down. Try to bring that belly button to your quads. If you need to bend your knees, that's totally fine. But as you get looser, trying to get deeper and deeper. So that's one repetition. We'll come tall, extend the shoulders back, open up, big circle, drive back, fold down, reach as deep as you can. Again, not trying to hunch down, but trying to bring that belly button closer to the hips. And we'll come up for one more rep. So drop the shoulders down, extend back, do a big swim, reach and elevate to the roof. Follow that same pathway down, fold, pause for a second, and stand back tall. So for the next 3 repetitions, we're going to take that same exact movement and make it a little bit more dynamic. So we will come to our same position here. We're going to drop the arms down, extend straight back, do our big reach, follow our same pathway. Now here, bend your knees as much as you need to, and we're going to walk it out. This is called inchworm. So we're going to inchworm it out to a push-up position. And once you get to your push-up position, you can push through to a downward dog pike position. And here you can have your knees bent as much as you need. Maybe they're extended. Maybe you do a couple calf runs, and then you really try to push the floor away from you. So elevate those shoulders. We can rock back forward to our push-up position, and then we can walk it up, inchworm, back to our feet. So that's 1 repetition. We'll go 2 more of those. So drop the shoulders, extend back, open up, reach, drive back, nice fold, sink as deep as you can, inchworm it out. Once you get to your push-up position, push through those shoulders, push through the floor, trying to elevate. If you need to bend your knees to push through more, that is totally fine. And you can come back to our push-up position, inchworm it back up, so we can go for 1 more repetition of this. So let's drop the shoulders, go back, do a big swim, reach, fold, sink as deep as you can, inchworm it out, come to our push-up position, push through those hands, push through the shoulders as you come back. You can straighten the legs if you can. And then we can come back to our push-up position. And then we can simply drop to a tabletop position, which is simply coming down onto all 4s. So we've went through our whole body. Now really quick, we're gonna get our wrist and get some shoulder extension, and then we're gonna be ready to go. So really quick with our wrist, let's go spread your fingers as wide as possible. Put them shoulder width, and we're simply just going to push into the ground and create torque. So you'll notice the elbow pit going forward versus it going to the side or even bending. We never want this. We always want to push through. This is for our push-ups. This is for our handstands. Just getting comfortable with this motion right here is very good body awareness and good warming up. So now that we push through and create torque, you can do a few palm lifts, where I'm pushing through the top of my hand, making my palm lift off the ground. Come to a side angle so you can kind of see that as well. All right, so we're gonna take your right hand and you're gonna turn it clockwise. So go right with it. It's gonna put your hand in external rotation, and you'll take your left hand and go counterclockwise. So just come here and we can kind of follow those same few cues. You can kind of push to the ground, making your elbow pits turn in and out. For this one, if you lean back, your palms will start to lift. You'll feel a nice forearm stretch. And you can also just push through the top of the hand and make these palms lift. All right, so 2 more with the wrist. Now we can take your right hand and we're gonna turn internally, so counterclockwise. So pay attention here, counterclockwise, and the goal is just trying to push through and lock this arm out. You could feel it all the way up to the shoulder. We're not trying to hurt yourself, so if all you can do is turn to this much internally, that is totally fine. Take it at your own level. Come here, hold it for 3 to 10 seconds, release, come to that left hand. We'll turn it clockwise, which is gonna put us in internal rotation. Again, just trying to lock out this arm, breathe for a second, and then we can release that. All right, last one for the wrist. This will strengthen our wrist. So we're going to go palm facing up. And for this one, if you've never tried this before, I definitely recommend loading this left arm with all your weight so that you can keep this arm locked out. What I see with beginners is as soon as they get here, all their weight is on this arm, so their arm wants to bend out. Again, we're not trying to hurt ourselves. We're simply warming up. So load as much weight as you need over here, and you can do a few reps. And a rep is just where your palm is facing up, and then you push through to the top of a knuckle. Then we can come to the opposite side so we can see that. I'm loading my weight on my right arm. My left hand is coming down. Notice that elbow pit is forward, not out to the side. And you do just a couple reps here. Pushing through, making a knuckle at the top. This specific wrist routine and that drill specifically will help strengthen your wrist, also help you for false grip with muscle up, and strengthen the wrist for handstand work. So 2 more drills that we're going to do. It will be reverse plank. So for reverse plank, we're going to simply bend the knees, chest is tall, fingers can face behind you, pull the shoulders back so you don't want your shoulders rounded forward, pull the shoulders back, and we're going to press through the feet, trying to lift the hips high, pull the shoulders back as far as you can, and then sink down. So that's for 1. We'll come up for 2, and then for number 3, we will come up. If this is very challenging for you, 9 times out of 10, it's because of tight shoulders. A simple drill that you can do is simply just practicing crawling your arms behind you. This will help open up the shoulders. And again, we never want our shoulders internally drop forward, but always pulled back. So we can just come up to a deep squat here. If you don't have a deep squat position, please use something for assistance, maybe a chair, or just get to a comfortable height. But we're just gonna do 3 reps where we're kind of in a deep squat, or in the deepest squat that you can get in. Kind of move side to side. We can stand tall, and then we'll just go for 2 more. Sinking down, we'll twist. Coming up, and we'll go 1 more rep, last one. We'll swivel side to side. Waking up the ankles, you can kind of rock forward, lean back, and stand tall. Thank you guys for following along. This is a simple mobility and warm-up routine. Again, if you enjoyed this routine, please share it with a friend, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching.